When I wanted to quit, somebody once asked me that question. When we were fighting the big legal battles in Zimbabwe, someone asked me that question. Did you ever think of quitting? I said, yes. They said, what happened? I said, my wife said she wanted to quit. So what happened? I said, she changed her mind. So I carried on. So it's important to have friends and partners around you that believe in what you're doing. Reach out for those people because it's going to be lonely, it's going to be tough. I make a joke of the fact that my wife was the one, but you've got to have real friends.
It's that curiosity.
Yeah. I like that word. I like that word.
When I arrive in a country where I've never been before, I'm curious. How do you eat? What do you eat? What is it you do? What do you play? Can I come to your house?
Yes.
Because you haven't visited a country until you've been in the home of somebody in that country.
And not just a resort.
Well, absolutely. So don't tell me you've been to Nigeria and you haven't eaten their food.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to become live. What is it for a man to gain the whole world and to lose his soul? What does that mean to you? Okay? If you pay a bribe, you have lost your soul. It doesn't matter what you get, you have lost your soul. At that point, it doesn't matter how little that bribe is, you just lost your soul. Okay? So, and that's all it means. It just means you have to walk away.
Values are universal, so you can take your values beyond our own faith. We must understand that when we work in countries like Nigeria, or we go into North Africa and beyond. Okay, you're going to have believers, non-believers, but that does not mean you cannot embrace and work with people across cultures and communities around the world. And you've got to be there as a champion for those universal values. Respect for other people, respect for women, and pushing that where are the women? Why aren't we hiring women? Asking your senior people, what have you done about ensuring that we're embracing?
Don't be afraid of fail. There are no jails anymore for people who failed and went into bankruptcy. It used to be like that in the 18th century in England. You went to jail, you went bankrupt. Now you get an award. Okay? So don't be afraid of that.
I came across a major challenge, which was back in the 90s, as you know, the challenge of HIV/AIDS. It was decimating African communities. And what can we do? So we started to help orphans. Just said, keep them in school. Just get the kids, keep them in school. You know, today, kind of 25 years later, we've helped out 250,000 kids. We kept them in school. We took them right through. At any given time, we have about 40,000 that we are assisting. And we consider education is ground zero. David produced Solomon. The investment to produce the wisest man in the world. That is our lesson. We've got to train and invest in the next generation.
I mean, one of my kids came up and he says, you know, Dad, one of my friends at school said this about you. I said, really? Oh, that's interesting. How about your homework? Okay, you can't function as CEO and chairman in your marriage. Your wife can't relate to you as Mr. Chairman. Come on. You gotta get a life. Okay? So you separate. My wife and I don't discuss the business. We discuss orphans and the things we do in our foundation and so forth. And that's it. Because I want to have a life. You have to get a life. Don't overdo it. It's a long stretch. Okay? And go home, take your socks off, watch the television, go and watch the movie. My kids and I, they're home from school. You know, we live in England. Every night we watch a movie. Oh yeah. My 15-year-old. So what are we watching today? She's Batman. Okay, we're fine. We watch Batman or whatever it is. You've got to do that. Because if you don't do that, you wake up one morning, your kids are gone, you don't know them, and you know what? No matter what happens, you're not taking it with you.
Your people must believe in you.
Right.
That's very important.
Right.
You must always have a core of people that at the heart of what you're doing believe in you, but they're willing to challenge you, to question what you're doing, to remind you where you're going. But at the end of the day, we have to affirm. You have to be affirming them. You have to be picking up those short-term wins. When you have them, you say, guys, we got points on the board.
I want you to imagine if I were your child and you were to summarize in a brief statement what you learned that made you who you are, what would you tell me in your final breath? I know to serve the Lord. I know to honor God. What did you learn about business that made you keep getting up? How do I catch your mantle
What I
of
try
tenacity?
to remind my children all the time is respect the people that work for us. I want them to be almost reverent in their respect for the people that work for us and how those people come every day to support the vision that we have. I'm always reminding them that these people, the best of our people are volunteers. They can be anywhere else in the world,
Wow.
but they came to us. Respect them.
You know something?
That's what I want my kids to do.
So respect is the key.
Yes.
That's the thing that you learn, the fundamental quality and that's something that we struggle to do.